Wrong button. Hey guys, how's it going? Woo, what a day, what a day. So we got Palantir closing up almost 1% today. Robinhood down 2%, but up 0.6% in after hours. PayPal up 0.2%. Tesla up 0.45%. And Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce. Miners still taking some heat. Nasdaq's up 0.26, Russell up 0.24, S&P up 0.42. I would say today, all in all, is a pretty good day. Now, let's actually real quickly cover a few things. So, one, thank you to the 4 people that subbed on YouTube today. Also, thank you to the 10 member gift that occurred earlier, and thank you to the 850 almost people that have subscribed to the Discord and X subs just in the last less than a week. It's pretty freaking awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Also, we did a lot of adding to the portfolio. We'll cover some of that in a second. I will also on the Discord and on X, I'll be updating real quickly here, either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll be updating this portfolio allocation to reflect correctly. And I'm building out, I've already started it, the crypto portfolio. So I should have both of these showing in here going forward, both on Discord and on X if you're subbed. So you can look forward to that. Nextly, let's just talk about everything that's happened today because there's been a lot. There was the largest phone outage, I think, in cellular phone outage, and I mean, one of the most historic, I think, around. I don't even know if my cell phone's back, but it sounds like the big 3 major carriers had issues. I think that tied in with the hurricane. The hurricane is a mess. There's tons of problems there. It looks like Elon is helping out and donating a bunch of Starlink satellites, and people are doing as much as they can to make things better there. But the Fed was the big topic of today. We had Jerome Powell speak. He kind of wavered back and forth, sounded really kind of dismal in the beginning, and like the markets were going to fall apart and like everything was bad, and then he brought it back. He said that we had a strong labor market. He said they would adjust as needed. He said there's 50 bips between now and the end of the year. The market was expecting 75. I don't think this is a big deal. I think we're going to talk in a little bit of why global liquidity is just going to be driving everything and why you can already see that happening with China. Even though their economic data sucked, they're still going up. So it doesn't fucking matter. And the U.S. is going to be the most resilient out of it. China, also Germany. Germany has officially fallen below the 2% inflation mark. That is not great for Germany. But again, it's a sign of more stimulus coming, and we've got some charts to show you in regard to stimulus. One where I was arguing with somebody about lower rates actually do lead to greater liquidity and money printing per se, because lower rates mean that people are more likely to take out loans, people, corporations, what have you. And when they do that, the banks magically make money appear. So it does act as a form of liquidity. I don't know why I have to argue that against perma bears. They don't seem to think that it is. But we'll straighten them out. Also, economic data. Chicago PMI was good. Dallas Fed manufacturing was bad. China, lots of bad data. Maybe a couple of things to highlight is good, and that seemed to be what the at least the broader Western markets focused on. We also have the ports closing tomorrow, which sounds like it could lead us lower. We'll see what actually happens with that. We'll see if they can find a settlement. But that involves from Maine all the way down to Texas, ports closing, and that's a lot of traffic, and we'll talk about that too. CleanSpark, we got notification. Thank you guys for being the drivers behind the conversation by what was happening there last night and then trying to get a response this morning. Matthew Schultz did respond to my post, and he let us know that they're back to 22 exahash, and by the 4th of October, they'll be back to 28 exahash. PayPal had their price target raised to $100 from 85. I think it was New Street Capital or something like that. Very excited about that. And the Tesla Cybertruck got FSD, and the Semi is coming next. We can see it getting tested. Also, we know in October, we're going to get FSD 13 coming, which is insane. Another quick highlight. Stellantis and Aston Martin, I wrote down, are fucked. We'll go into that. Israel just did ground incursions into Lebanon. Today is probably a decent news day. There's been some stuff happening. So without further ado, let's get into it. And let me see, we got a few comments here. BT, yo Jesse, what up? Ryan says Discord is great. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Justin, I bought more Clean Spark calls today. That's probably a great decision. Tezos, ma'am, hit the like button, team. I agree with that. Daniel Dib, no more money to buy the Clean Spark tips. That sucks, bro. Toshi said, added some Clean Spark today looking for group. Tyler H says, also bought Clean Spark. That's great. Glad to hear it, man. All right, so let's look over here real quick. I don't know if I actually have it. I don't know if I bookmarked it under portfolio, so we'll just scroll down a little bit until I find it. But it'll be quick. It'll be quick. I just wanted to show. Oh, you know what? What am I thinking? I should look at the Discord. I should look at the Discord. Where is the Discord? Where did I put you? Is that you? That's you. Okay, let's bring her over. All right, let's go to today's trades. And I did a lot of trading, guys. I did a lot of trading. If you look here, I sold Tesla calls, 3 of them at the beginning, got about 18 grand. Bought some sold MicroStrategy, about 60 something grand. Bought a massive amount of MSTX so I could get that 1.75x multiplier. Bought some ARGT because I told you guys I was going to buy the Argentinian ETF. That's the great thing about me that you'll find if you don't know me already. When I say I've got a plan, I do have a plan and I tend to follow it unless something major changes. So you can actually count on me, unlike some people. Not going to say his name. MU, Micron Technology. I bought some more of that. I also bought, again, more MSTX. I sold TLT. I only had like 4,000. And then I bought some BITX, a 2X Bitcoin strategy fund. So I definitely leaned in a lot harder into Bitcoin-related investments, and I got my toes a little more wet with ARGT and Micron. And I'm going to try and make a video about Micron tomorrow. But we'll see if I can make that happen, but that's what I'm working on, okay? All right, let's go back here. So let me just get over here. We'll look at economic data. Again, a lot of good stuff today. A lot of Tesla stuff, Bitcoin stuff, economic data stuff. It's been another newsworthy day, guys. So Marty Party posted this, and I do have to agree with it. It's kind of insane how much money we're spending overseas right now preparing for wars. We spent $17.263 billion in the last 7 days putting money out towards Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. I would say at least one of these wars needs to come to an end soon. One hasn't even started yet, but we do need to back them up. I do agree with that. And the other one, we need to make some progress. Ooh, and we got a Stellantis video that they're bringing up right now. I might have to, that's going to be a segue, I think, into my other conversation here. So I'm going to bookmark and save that real quick. Let me just do this. I'll bring it up over on a different screen because I've got some slides about Stellantis, but I also... Okay, so let's stop that right there. I want to just get this at the right place so we can fire that up when I'm ready. All right, cool. Cool. All right, but yeah, so I think it's a little crazy that we're spending so much on war right now, and I think we need to help some of these come to an end. I think Israel's getting close. They're doing what they got to do. I think Ukraine and Russia can find some peace, and I do think we need to continue to assist Taiwan in defending itself because over 94% of the chips around the world are there. It's kind of important. They come from that place. We need them. And I should say advanced chips. That's what really matters. All right. Zoganel, love the name, or Zagunel, whatever. He put German inflation drops below 2% for the first time since early 2021. Softer price pressure or weak economic activity increases chances of ECB rate cut in October. You know it's coming. Inflation rates below 2% are already feeding concerns over to little price increases. Structural problems mean the country will struggle to return to pre-pandemic rates of economic expansion, says leading institutes. Not just leading institutes. I say that shit too. Oh, there we go. So I said Germany is effed. I'm working on the cussing thing. Not very well. Because of their dependency on China and overall mismanagement with the EU, further stimulus is coming. And again, just look here. Look at this. Look at how insane this is. Look at this. Harmonized index of consumer prices. Through the roof. Back down. This is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see in Germany. So if you live in Germany, maybe find a new place to live. Even though Germany is beautiful and I love Munich and Oktoberfest, kick ass. Anyway, Wasteland Capital said, in case you were asleep in the last few weeks, the printer's definitely back on everywhere. Highest monthly number of rate cuts globally since peak COVID month. So you could see how, again, we're seeing massive rate cuts. A very brilliant bear underneath it here said, cutting interest rates isn't printing money. And I responded with, yeah, it is, because it gets lending moving and the banks print the money. I don't know if has this guy heard of fractional reserve banking? I'm guessing not. but he has 87,000 people that follow him. Isn't that just amazing? How does he have more than me? I don't know. All right. This other guy, Micro to Macro, said this message everyone should be taking from Jerome Powell, or the message that everybody should be taking from Jerome today. And this is from a Goldman Sachs, Tony Pasquarello. And he said, in an attempt to not make the game any harder than it is, I'll reduce everything to this. The Fed is easing and the economy is picking up. Speed, so the path of least resistance remains higher. I 100% agree with that. Again, a bunch of quotable terms from Powell in case you missed them. Just the labor market may give a better real-time picture in some cases than GDP data. I mean, that kind of makes sense. And Powell interest rates can move over time to a more neutral stance under a relatively favorable base case scenario. Key quotes, overall, the economy is in solid shape. We intend to use our tools to keep it there. Looking forward, if the economy evolves broadly as expected, policy will move over time towards a more neutral stance, but we are not on any preset course. The risks are two-sided, and we will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting. So he's just saying he's going to be accommodative and he's going to do whatever he needs to do in any direction. But the goal is being accommodative. That is what they'll do. Let me just roll down further here. Again, the strike, I won't go into this video. It's about 17 minutes long. It sounds like Biden's struggling to get these guys on his side. But they're working with Trump right now to try and, wouldn't it be funny if Trump, as not a president, works with the Longshoremen Association and is able to end the strike? Would that look good heading into election time in 5 weeks? I think it would. Let's see here. I think that's it on the U.S. economy stuff. I think that's it for that. Let's keep moving on. Let's go into Bitcoins. Also, let me just check over here real quick. So I want to make sure, so the Fear and Greed Index, oh, we got real close to extreme greed, guys. We're right on the edge of it. Right on the edge of extreme greed. Let's look over here at, well, we know where that's going because we got the longer dated chart. Let's look at the crypto version. Didn't move at all. Let's look at the CME. Did we move at all from Papa Powell's meeting? It looks like we did. We are now at a 2-to-1 odd of a 25 bip rate cut in November. That's great. And again, another 25 bips. It looks like almost a 50% odds over in December, which is right on track for what Papa Powell wants to do. So we like that. That is good. Let me get caught up with chat real quick. Hit the like button, clean spark. Why did you sell your MicroStrategy? I sold my MicroStrategy to buy MSTX, which is a 1.75x leverage play. So it's like selling my MicroStrategy and then buying 175% of what I just sold. Maybe 150% if it sits there for a while. So I levered into it. I bought the dip, right? And then Eric Colton Trading says, let's get ready for Octo Bulls. October is coming, guys. Uptober is coming. Anthony Seek Clear. Hey, Jesse, what's up, dude? Needs 55. Hey, team, I'll try and gather tickers. Thank you very much. We're going to go over a few of them. So, yeah, if you guys could hold to a little bit later, but Needs will try and gather them up for us. What? Exclamation point says, obviously Voldemort. I don't know what that's in regard to anymore, but I like it. Toshi with PayPal making moves. You think Square will start to get some love again? I do, actually. What says bots and NPCs? Bots and NPCs. Bots and NPCs. What are the bots and NPCs? What? Anthony was looking into getting a Model Y because price in Canada is similar to the Model 3 with a 1.99% financing. Sadly, not through for now because my insurance would be 350 months. Ridiculous here. That's stupid. My insurance has gotten fucking cheaper because of my Teslas. JJ Dango. Hey, Jesse, when you have time, could you take a look at Sezzle? And Mikkel Zor. Thanks for the explanation. You're welcome. I don't remember what it was, but you're welcome for it. All right, let's get to the Bitcoins. We got Dennis Porter. He said, we've been quietly working on educating pension decision makers behind the scenes since this tweet was put out almost 9 months ago. So he said in the tweet, he shows roughly $5.5 trillion sitting in these pensions. And he said, just wait until the state and local pension funds, which hold over $5.5 trillion in assets under management, start buying the Bitcoin ETF. And it's going to be sweet. It's going to be real sweet. Let's keep going. Mr. 100, James from Invest Answers, our buddy, said Mr. 100 decided to buy today. He did 2 lots of 100 roughly. And that's good news because he hasn't done that in a while. Willie Woo, my buddy from Hong Kong, said Bitcoin is proven safeguard against money printing. Global liquidity is once again broken out. TradeFi words for money printers going burr. Between rates going down and the money printer going burr, we are in full burr mode, guys. It said this one had a longer consolidation than the last two, so much more room for burr in the years ahead. I totally agree with this. If you look over here, we had short little stints of flatness on M2 money supply. I think that's what he's looking at. He's looking at global liquidity. It's probably weighted more than that, but I don't know if it's Michael Howell weighted or Lynn Alden weighted. It looks like Lynn Alden weighted. But he's saying were shorter stints of time. And what he's equating that to is we might have an even greater move this cycle. And I agree with that because you know my thesis. I still think that over here in this double top last cycle, that was because the Fed raised rates at the most aggressive rate in history. So I think it's going to get better. I said this one earlier, but it's worth saying again in case you missed the morning show at the market open. It says gold breaking new all-time highs every week. Again, I say this all the time, but larger caps move first. Gold is the largest cap. So the fact that it's screaming higher and then silver is really large too is good. And then this says US, Europe, and China cutting rates is good for Bitcoin. China in full send mode, that is good for Bitcoin. And the dollar about to fall into 100 for the second time in 2 years is also good. He did say that, but I actually took the opposite end of that today and said that we could actually see an uptick in the dollar, maybe a slow gradual one, not even getting to the previous support line here that would be turned into resistance and then rolling over again. And we did go up 0.35% on the day. So it looks like that kind of was true. And let's just see how gold did today since we're kind of on this topic anyway. Looks like it's retraced again. So I love doing this. So gold has went up about 37% in 13 years. That's a shit return. Congratulations to all gold holders. Let's move on. Let's look at oil. Let's dial down the line here real quick. Look at bond volatility, stock volatility. U.S. oil dropped 0.55% today. That's probably good. I think it means Trump's winning. Guess we'll find out. I'm probably going to do a political video tonight. I know 4 videos in a day. It's absurdity, but it's probably going to happen. So if anybody wants to get caught up on election polling data and then listen to me fucking rant, I'm probably doing that later. 2-year bond. The 2-year bond crept up a little bit, but does that worry us, or is that just basically what I said it was going to do? I'll tell you. It's basically what I said it was going to do. I'm probably going to do a little bit of this. And so, again, we could just kind of grind here. Hell, we could even be more flat. We could be something like that. That's probably more likely anyway. So that's the thought process on that. Not a big deal. Up a little bit, not a lot. Inversion. How's our inversion doing? We haven't looked at this in a while. Hey, guys. It's almost like it's stuck in this range now, hitting previous resistance, and it's just going to grind here for maybe over a year. Crazy. Who could have called that? I can't think of anybody. All right. Chinese yen. Oh, hey. The dollar gained strength against the yen, but no Japanese carry trades unwinded. We're happy. Chinese yuan. Dollar gained a little bit of strength. I think eventually here the dollar is going to weaken against the yuan. I think it's inevitable that it weakens at least a little bit further because, again, there's so much stimulus going on over there. The ruble it looks like the dollar's down 1.54% against it. And again, we're kind of hitting that upper end of the breakout zone. So let me actually just draw something here. Let me do this. So once we get above that, then Russia's in trouble. And here, I'll actually mark that with a different color since it's kind of confusing with the other stuff there. Do one of these. All right. So, yeah, once we break above that, it probably means that there's some problems with Russia. And if we don't break above that, it probably means that Trump won the election and he ended the war. All right. Put-call ratio. Put-call ratio. This is the CPCS. I don't know if I explained this again after somebody asked for clarification on it. But essentially, this is the put-call ratio. When it goes up a lot, it means that there's a higher amount of puts versus calls. Puts are a way of shorting the market, or at least giving yourself insurance if you think the market is going to go down. So if the put ratio gets a lot higher, it means people are scared. And the put ratio usually ends up kind of screaming up, and people run into this trade when the markets aren't doing well. Everybody jumps to the door in fear, and then they find out, oh shit, it's actually not that bad, and then it gets better, And then they're like, maybe I should buy again. And then they buy, but they buy a lot. They buy at a worse place than they were at before. And then they get scared again, and then they sell it the wrong. Anyway, that's kind of what a lot of people do. They're very emotional with this stuff. But as you can see here, what I was doing, I was showing all but these couple of times here where we had a pretty strong impulse over here. It wasn't higher than the previous, and maybe that's what I need to leave it at. It wasn't higher than the previous. I think that's the rule. And so if you look over here, this right over here, when this happened, yeah, on all of these, really, that is the rule. Let me delete that. So if you look here, when you have a major impulse higher, you trend down for years, right? This is from 2008 or 2000, early 2008 all the way to the end of 2010. That's a lot of time. Over here, we have an impulse. It's a pretty big one. Not as big as previous, but it's a pretty big one. Anyway, that impulse bleeds us down, again, for years, roughly the same amount of time. Not really too different, honestly. And then if we look over here, there's this one time where we had an impulse. It wasn't as big as the previous, and it couldn't last. Oh my God, why is this disconnecting so much? And it couldn't last. We trended up for a little bit, but then the rule kicked in again. A bigger volume wick came, and then we grind down for years. And then another wick came, but it didn't break the previous. We go up a little bit, then we break the previous, and then we grind down for a couple of years. Not as many as the others, but a decent amount. And honestly, if you kind of draw it like this, I don't know, it looks pretty decent before it started to pop. And then over here, we have the hugest wick in the history of the put-call ratio going back to 2006, the end of 2006. And so I'm just indicating that it's going to do the same thing. And all this means is it's just another visual representation of the fact that we are watching the markets go higher. Because this won't skyrocket again for a very long time just from the oscillation alone. These are like big moving ships. And when you see a bunch of different indicators that are all telling you you're headed in one direction, you can rest assured that that's probably what's happening. All right, let me look at comments. Has anybody been saying anything? Am I talking to myself here? Are you guys still there? What the fuck was the Voldemort comment? No. All right, keep going. JR says, what do you think about LVMH as an investment with increased money printing? I haven't really thought about it, but we should look at it. Needs, if you could throw that one on the list. Alex Garcia, sup people? What's up, Alex? Anthony C. Clear. Payment would be $650, but insurance is $350. That's fucking stupid. That's so shitty, man. Sorry to hear that. JD, hey Optimus, can you massage my feet? I've had a long day. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. I could use a back rub right now. Just picture this, guys. The year is 2026. Jesse's doing a YouTube video, and behind him is a sultry-looking robot massaging my shoulders and maybe cracking jokes while I give the market recap to you. That sounds like utopia to me. Let's keep going. Maybe creepy to you guys. Anyway, what said that bear you were mentioning that had more followers than you? Oh, it's because of bots and NPCs. Now I'm following, dude. This is why if I don't read chat while I'm going, it gets really fucking confusing. I'm trying to get better at it. BGZ, BITX paying 12% dividend. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Dennis Newber, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Bogdan M says Tesla monthly chart looks insane. I agree. We should look at that. Acrodavalic, hopefully I didn't butcher that too much. Do you have any hedge plays? I mean, kind of, but will I have very different hedge plays 3 to 6 months ago? Yes, and I probably should start talking about those more. We do have a section for hedging. If anybody has ideas about hedges that they think might be helpful, definitely bring those out there and throw them inside of the Discord, and we can talk through them. I've got some ideas too. I made a book a long time ago, guys. Trust me, when I really feel like we're getting remotely close to a time where we need to be getting ready for hedging, I will let you know, and I'll be writing like big, long books and theses of what I'm going to hedge with. And sometimes I even ask you guys too. If I don't feel like my list is a really solid one for my hedging strategy, I'm going to literally reach out and be like, guys, I'm thinking about these plays. What else are you thinking about? Because we source things together. That's how this fucking shit works. We're a community, and that helps us all. Also, today, probably down a little over 100, maybe 110,000 across all portfolios, might even be 115. What got hit the most? CleanSpark, big time. I didn't pick any up, but honestly, if it doesn't bounce quick tomorrow and we get more Tesla upside like we just did, I think I'll get another 20K or something and nibble and throw it inside a Clean Spark. I might actually maybe even get 40K out of Tesla and maybe hit some BITX, hit some Clean Spark calls, maybe some more MSTX. I really want to kind of pump up those crypto numbers. I'm excited about the space, and I think it's just a good way to play it. So again, PayPal or Tesla a little bit flat, but I sold like 6% up on the day with like the 4 or 5 contracts I ended up selling, a little over 30 grand worth. So that was all good. And then PayPal down a little bit, but whatever, I don't care. This thing's going to skyrocket. Again, you got to remember we were seeing price targets raised. This thing was up 0.08%. If people wouldn't have been scared out of it for the 2026s, I think you would have seen those go even higher. So that's all good. And some of you guys are actually already positive on this, which is great. All right, let's keep moving on. I'm going to try and bounce back and forth between a bunch of shit here. Let me see what else we got for comments. Voldemort equals meet Kevin. It's not funny when I explain it. No, it was. That was great. Thank you. Dennis Newber. And we should look at meet Kevin, guys. You know what? We're going to do that real quick. Fuck it. We can get back to Bitcoin. This is too fun not to. So I showed some people earlier this, but Kevin is just being such a dipshit. You know what I would like to see him do? Oh, and this lady? This lady's great. This lady's great. I responded, it does it for me. Here's the context.
I love hearing other people say that seeing a Cybertruck ruined their day because same. But I hate that we've given them that power. Like, if you own a Cybertruck, you already have an ego, and the fact that you can ruin my day must just, like, do it for you.
She's actually right on all those counts. I do have an ego, and it does it for me. I'm perfectly okay upsetting this lady. All right, let's keep going, too, with Tesla. We're going to bounce all over the place. I'm having fun today. So, Son of the Walkie posted Tesla Semi spotted testing and calibrating for full self-driving. That's awesome. This actually gives us it lets us know what Tesla AI was alluding to when they said that they had more stuff like this coming. You'll see that down below. Elon Musk said very few Americans realize that if Trump is not elected, this will be the last election. Far from being a threat to democracy, he's the only way to save it. Let me explain. If even 1 in 20 illegals become citizens per year, something that the Democrats are expediting as fast as humanly possible, the Department of Justice is suing a state right now for removing dead people and other people off the voter rolls. So we've literally got the government trying to put dead people on the voter rolls. So yeah, it's pretty scary. But it says something that Democrats are expediting as fast as humanly possible. That would be about 2 million new legal voters in 4 years. The popular vote would just be overwhelmed. It says the voting margin in the swing states is often less than 20,000 votes. That means if the Democratic Party succeeds, there will be no more swing states. They'll always be blue. And these are the same people that want to censor free speech and that want to close down X. They even played a video. We saw a video on CNBC today where a guy talking about anti-Semitic behavior, which is ironic because Elon literally went to Israel after what happened there. And then he met with Netanyahu. Netanyahu has so much respect for him that he invited him to his speech to Congress, the same one that Kamala Harris didn't go to. And so, but they're trying to use anti-Semitism and say, oh, there's this big problem with the site, and X is the worst. They got an F. Everybody else got like a C or a D or something. Everybody else did better, but X was the worst. And we know John Kerry now is talking about how the Constitution has become a problem for America because of social media. There isn't enough consensus on how to move forward. And so they want to establish basically a Bureau of Truth in the government that gets to tell us what is real and what isn't. And then they'll take away X at the same time because they've already told us that. So we know that they'll take over everything. And people like me, we won't be on YouTube anymore, guys, because I'll get in too much trouble for the things I say. So please vote the right way. Please. There's more to this, but please fucking vote the right way. Don't be stupid. All right. I'm sorry, I'm going to get more political as the next 4.5 weeks go by. I'd like to tell you that's not true, but it is. So let's just be honest. Tesla and Elon Musk are teasing us daily. They don't normally self-promote unless there's something very real behind it. Now, we do know what this is. It's probably literally is the Tesla Semi because we said Cybertruck now has FSD. Tesla AI said, and just like that, the last fledgling leaves the nest. But then somebody said, what about the Semi? And then they're like, but wait, there's more. And then like the next day, you see the Semi testing. Now, is that all, though? Is that all? Or are they alluding to the fact that 1010 is going to be sick? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. I think they are. Micro to macro. What did I post here? Add in a 64 complete Chinese energy factory. So I mentioned this one this morning, but I'll just mention it again here real quick. Just some of the things that have happened, right? In September, the AI team said that they would give us the Cybertruck with FSD. They've done that. They also said that Hardware 3 vehicles would get it. They've done that. They gave us highway end-to-end, which is great. Europe and China are awaiting regulatory approval for FSD. The Cybertruck is starting at $72,500 here soon with the EV tax credit. So you'll, instead of at the end of the year here, instead of having to pay like $100K for the base one like I did, you would be able to get it for $72,500. That's pretty fucking sweet. That it's going to go like crazy, guys. There's going to be so many of these. That bitch in that video, she's going to be so mad. She's going to see them everywhere. It's going to ruin every day that she has as she sees an endless line of Cybertrucks. It's beautiful, poetic. But yeah, so we got unsupervised FSD. We're getting affordable compact, and we got Optimus coming, and there's the energy division and the expansion that's happening in China, where they told us that they're like 60% done already. And you know my theory, if you watch that Argentina video, I think that Elon is going to build a lithium, at least refining factory in Argentina at the very least. We know they don't want to do mining, but honestly, the man has a fucking boring company. Do you think he's not going to end up mining? I do. He's going to. All right. And I wanted to talk about this. I did a couple of posts about Tesla this morning. I think they're pretty good. For anybody who might have missed them, I'm just going to highlight over them. Tesla's revenue has went up since their previous high in the stock. Over 2.5 years ago, a little less than 3. The PE ratio was way the fuck up here when that was happening. And now it's way the fuck down here. And is it a little bit high? Sure. But is it that high if you think about Tesla actually starting the process and being so many years, at least 5+ years behind or ahead of the competition, taking over autonomy and robotics and being literally the most talented companies in the world that are doing this and being affiliated with all these other companies that are working with technology that can benefit you, like advanced AI systems and just everything that Elon does. And so we're looking cheap right now is the argument that I'm trying to make, right? And I go over here and I reference this. Hey, thank you, Susan. You guys are awesome. 10 free memberships for whoever partakes, and you will be able to ask about stocks, and then we'll go through them and review them. But thank you very much, Susan. Appreciate it. So I just noted in here, I said, guys, this is crazy. This is the longest phase we've had out of the 4 phases, right? This is the longest one that we've had sideways chop. Now in 2 and 3, these are separate phases, but the 3 started right at the ramp of this next price move. And the 3 was a horrible ramp. It was really, really bad. They had to build cars in a fucking tent. It was not a good situation. It was like the Bears were winning right around that time, okay? But then it was like years of just trying to tell people it's going to be okay. And then what did we do? We rocketed up in our third major leg higher and starting the 4th consolidation phase. And what I said in here is this is very long. We have an inverse head and shoulder that's perfect and getting ready to break out. And the measured move is at 490. So I'm so fucking bullish about Tesla, guys. I'm so fucking bullish about all of this stuff. You need to understand that's where you are. That's where we're headed, okay? This is what's happening. Is it guaranteed to happen? No. Is there like a 97% probability that it's going to be really awesome? I'd say yeah. Between the fundamentals, the macro environment, the technicals, yes. Yeah, 97%. Those are good fucking odds when you've got an asymmetric bet. Just like Bitcoin and all these miners I'm putting in the money. And you're going to see my account fucking explode. I'm only like a little over 3 million right now, but My plan in the next year to a year and a half is to be between 15 and 30. That's my goal. So I hope you guys come along for the ride. It should be fun. I wanted to talk about this real quick. This is such a huge thing to me. Just the fact, again, all the stuff that was done, and there's a ton here. I won't rehash that. But in October, this thing's going to be I'll be able to press a button on my car. It can unpark itself and then autonomously drive its way towards me while I watch it on a screen to make sure it doesn't run anybody over. And that's where you get the actual smart summon. So it can do that now on its own, and then it can do park and it can do reverse. And so it can literally go into my driveway, park, and then I'll be able to have this just set a destination, have it back up down my driveway, and then go down the road. This is full autonomy, and it's coming in October. They're telling us that. And then at the same time, they're like, hey guys, there's this version 13, and it's just 6 times better than the one Jesse's using right now that works flawlessly almost all the time. So I kind of feel like these are big deals. And somebody said, hey, FSD in Europe, pending regulatory approval, it sucks. You're probably not going to get it. And maybe it won't be for a while, but they're already falling behind the United States and China. Do you think they want to fall behind more? I think they're going to be desperate. We just look at Germany. Germany's under 2% inflation. They're going to be desperate for any business that helps their economy. And I'm pretty sure there's this Tesla place in this country. Isn't it Germany? So I think this is happening. I think we are going to get it. I think we are going to get it, and that might shock a few people, but I think that's what's happening. Again, Cybertruck and the test or the Cybertruck out of FSD. This is just a video of SpaceX going to save the Boeing people that have been stuck up there for months and make it to where they don't have to spend a half a year of their life up in space because Boeing couldn't figure out how to come back down safely. Boeing also looks like they're going to have to raise money in the not too distant future. They're failing. You know why? They're going against SpaceX. Everything fucking Elon touches is the next biggest thing in humanity. So it's only going to get better. Oh, wait, nope. Community notes just got me. What did it say? Boeing Starliner launched in June of 2024, carrying the 2 astronauts who had been stranded on the ISS, not in December of 2023. Oh, the date was wrong. Okay. All right. Well, that's still good. Don't you love community notes? This is what we have. We call this freedom because this lets us know from our collective, from people that are reputable and that are graded by the people that are looking at the community notes. And we know they're trustworthy and we know we can count on them because they have sourcing. So like, this is a beautiful system. This is all we need. We don't need a government telling us what to believe and what we can say and think. You don't want that. I think that's about it. GM going to lay off a bunch of workers. Stellantis laying off workers. Inventories are plummeting off the face of the earth because they can't build these fucking Teslas quick enough. At the same time, Stellantis is telling us that everything is falling apart for them. So I don't even know if I have that slide in here. If I don't, I got to find it real quick. Give me 1 second because this is a good one. But you literally have Stellantis. Let me see here. Flansburgh. Nope. Right there. So listen to this. So it says, Legacy Auto is dying a quick and painful death. Stellantis and Aston Martin are just a few examples of this. And I've got a video we can play just right after looking at this slide talking about it as well. But it says Stellantis and Aston Martin warnings. North American production inventory concerns. China market slows. Supply chains. Right now, Stellantis and Aston Martin are having to worry about letting people go, having to worry about downsizing. They're falling apart. This is Legacy Auto falling apart. This is what we've been talking about, and we're literally watching it. And all these excuses are just because supply chain issues. There are no supply chain issues. The only fucking supply chain issues you can have right now is that you don't want to order any supplies because nobody's buying your fucking shit. And there's inventory. They even say, like right here, North American production inventory concerns. This is happening all across used vehicles. This is happening all across new vehicles. People want Teslas. They want Teslas at an ever-growing rate. And they don't want other cars anymore. And that's only going to accelerate in the years ahead. And that bitch is really, if she hates Tesla because of the Cybertruck, she's going to really hate life. It's going to be a sad time for her. She's going to have to eventually succumb. But this is a big deal. I want to make sure you understand what a big deal this is. And then let me see. I think I have a slide here somewhere. Yes. Let's pull this up real quickly and we'll listen to this and then I'll get caught up with comments. Thank you guys.
Emily, Dan, thank you both for joining us.
I really don't love this guy. I don't think he's very smart. There's a few people like that on here.
Now let's turn to auto stocks moving in reverse today after warnings from
It's probably why he just does this. He doesn't actually know anything about it.
two companies overseas. Phil LeBeau has details. Phil?
Yeah, John, one of those companies, though, Stellantis, has a huge footprint here in North
Congrats,
America.
Fives.
It is the parent of Jeep and Ram and Dodge. And boy, that's where most of the problems are when you look at Stellantis. So the company out with a warning today saying that it is going to be looking at EBIT margins of 5.5% to 6%. Previously, they were saying double digit for the year. So that's a huge cut right off the bat. Free cash flow, negative $5 billion to $10 billion. They were
Jesus.
previously expecting positive free cash
Stellantis is going bankrupt in real time.
flow, and they're cutting their North American production by about 200,000 vehicles. The inventories for Stellantis, this was a problem in the first quarter. You didn't have to go far to find a Jeep or a Ram dealer who was saying, what are they doing? They're cranking out the product, and it's not selling as quickly because they didn't bring down the price. And as a result, there you have 71 days supply. That is higher than you would like within this industry, though it has improved over the last month or two. They have cut Jeep and Ram production. They report their Q3 sales tomorrow as you take a look at Stellantis. We're showing you a 6-month chart. Why are we doing that? This stock is down 51% in the last 6 months. By the way, when you take a look at the other European automakers, and yes, we know that Stellantis has a big footprint in Europe as well, Daimler, BMW, Volkswagen, their profits are all falling. They've all issued warnings within the last couple of weeks, and they're getting pressure both in terms of their footprints in China, seeing shrinking sales, and the Chinese exporting vehicles into Europe, which is undercutting their sales within Europe. Finally, when we're talking about China, you have to talk about the other warning today. Came from Aston Martin Lagonda. This is a chart of them over the last 6 months. They are cutting their outlook. China sales are falling. But Aston Martin's a niche automaker, guys, not on the same scale as Stellantis.
Here's the point I want to make. Tesla is the only foreign automaker that Chinese people will buy in a large quantity anymore. They won't buy any of the other cars. And they're just representation of what's coming for the entire world. And it's coming so fast. And I don't think people understand that. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes I can see things clearer than other people. And I don't know if it's because I spend so much time on this. It probably is. It's probably that and a few other things. But this is what's happening. You got to understand that, guys. It's happening fast. There's no time to dilly-doddle around. You have to own Bitcoin and Tesla right now, above all else. You have to. It's going to make you rich.
The Stellantis
If you aren't already. And then you'll just be richer.
warning, that's a huge deal. That is yet another sign that there's just simply too much capacity in this world. And the problem is the capacity is not being cut in China. The Chinese keep cranking.
Yeah, they're cranking and Tesla's cranking. And these are acting as multipliers, destroying the profit margins of every auto manufacturer on earth because all of them have some kind of exposure to either Tesla and or China. All of them do. So this is a big deal.
And they keep shipping it overseas, and that's
It just acts as a magnifier. Think about Europe. If you have Teslas and Chinese EVs on your doorstep, you're fucked. Absolutely fucked.
putting pressure on automakers like Stellantis.
And of course, that is what China does
Germany will have to embrace Tesla. They have to. They have no choice.
with its commoditized goods. And we've seen how all this is playing out now. U.S. policy, federal government trying to step in to counter some of this here in this market. I just want to go back to what we're seeing in North America for Stellantis, because
All right, real quickly before she makes her point, Sela said Toyota pickups and Corollas will have another 15 years in developing countries. Yeah, you're probably right. Unless Tesla does like a really mass production thing of their smallest car, because that could be so affordable that it would actually outcompete both of those. Well, I mean, the Toyota pickup, those guys are still going to buy their pickup, but the Corollas, totally. It'll wipe those out.
wonder.
And honestly, what's the Cybertruck going to be at that point? it's probably going to be way fucking cheaper. I would say that they could probably get this thing down to 45,000. Honestly, with enough volume, they could.
If in a world where the Fed is now cutting rates, that begins to juice sales.
It'll help. There's no doubt about that. But they've made the decision that they are going to cut
guys?
volume as opposed to cut prices. So they still are keeping their prices, relatively. We
don't need to hear this anymore. It's just fucking depressing to listen to. Let's move on. Thank you again, Susan, for the memberships for everybody. Seriously. Pete LG says it too. I appreciate it. JR being so bullish on Tesla. Do you like lithium miners? Not at all. Way too many lithium mines being built. We will see some paying a premium. So maybe stuff in Argentina. Again, I've got this gut feeling that Argentina and the visits like today, Bukele and Javier Milei were meeting again. And they're probably talking about how to do all kinds of things. Bukele is probably coaching Javier Milei on what's been successful for him. And it's probably a pretty good formula for what's to come. And Javier's got a lot of great ideas on his own. But I think in Argentina, you've got lithium everywhere. And then Elon met with Javier recently, too. I think they're going to work out a deal where they have a lithium refinery there. And so here's the thing, guys. The autonomy play, the car play, the energy play, the lithium mining play, it's all Tesla. It's just all Tesla. You don't need to touch anything else. I've got ARGT, so I'm investing in Argentina, and maybe I should pull up. I don't think I did a good job in the video showing what the fund all has in it. I don't know if I actually went through that part. I think I went through like maybe a quick summary, but I should probably do that sometime too. But it's a great play, and I think I get all that exposure that I need. All right, real quickly, let me do this. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to let the map, the stock map index here to sit for a second, and then I'm going to go back to chat. And let's see. Actually, you know what's going to be better than this? Let's go to Bitcoin. All right, let me keep going through chat. So Bitcoin, again, looking good, guys. This is our close tonight at 7 o'clock tonight. We want to see where this closes. If we close anywhere between like 61.5 and above, it's bullish. But if we close up like 65, oh, that's really bullish. And if, God forbid, by some means, we climb up to like 68, then hold on. Because we're on like Donkey Kong, and we're ready for the second phase of Bitcoin's cycle. And it's a violent one. It's very violent. And it'll get all kinds of money to people to throw their money in at the end, especially when the liquidity cycle's coming to an end. It's going to be perfect. All right, let's go back to chat. Being so bullish. Okay, I said that one. Ariel said, "Are you concerned about the port strike?" I am kind of, but again, if it's political and it's going to get resolved very quickly, and maybe for some reason it made Trump look good, because you got to remember these longshoremen, they didn't actually endorse Kamala Harris, and that's kind of a big deal for these guys. And then they were talking with Trump, so maybe they're going to use it as, hey, look, Trump worked with the unions to resolve an issue that would have hurt America. Biden and Kamala Harris didn't fix this. He did. I could see something like that. So if it turns into that, that would be great. Daniel Campkin and PayPal. We should look at PayPal. We should definitely look at PayPal. Now, John Nigerian says, remember when everyone was slamming Tesla for dropping prices? I think we're seeing the result now. Exactly. Very good point. So they were just way ahead of the game and had a much better product, right? They were fine. People are still going to want their product over everything else. And that's all that matters. Because when you're going from BlackBerry to Apple, it takes a little bit, but a couple of years later, everyone has one. And that's what's going to happen. And I think it's worse. I don't think there's going to be a good Android phone in this community for a while. It's going to take a while. It could take years. And they're always going to be a little bit ahead because they've got the best people. They're always going to get the best talent. Who wouldn't want to work for Elon Musk? I mean, if you want to have a life, you wouldn't. But if you ever aspire to be anything and there's a field that fits for you in Tesla, you want to work there. That's the place. Les Walter, maybe a new mini Cybertruck or a truck looking like a Ford GM. Dude, no, I could see a smaller Cybertruck, like a cross between like a car and a truck. Something where it's just a little bit smaller in scale and they get to save some money by it. I could totally see something like that. Ariel, what are you more bullish on, Tesla, BTC, or both? Just both. I've learned over time that I've gotten the timing wrong on when Bitcoin and when Tesla are pumping against each other. I'm really getting a lot better at it now, but it's just better to be safe and own both. They're going to do really well. They're both going to do really well. So you might as well just hold them both. Maybe with a higher weighting towards Bitcoin related investments, like maybe 60% there. It's going to have the better return over the short term. And so you can lighten the load and then move some of that maybe over to Tesla later. Matanga or other things. Here in Colombia are the aspirational vehicle. They are way overpriced and overhyped. I can't understand that. I'm waiting for Tesla to begin sales here to replace my older car. Yeah, I hope so, man. That would be awesome. I think if we can just get Tesla, and maybe it ends up having to be in Texas because Trump gets elected and we can't build outside of there. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. They were originally thinking Mexico, but it would be nice for them to really start building in mass. That's what needs to happen. And again, whether they have to do it at Giga Texas and just double the fucking size of the place, build another one next to it, I don't know. But I'm sure they'll make it happen. You guys will be on that list, I'm sure. Mainstage news. Hey, Jesse, any chance you'd consider doing a video on emotions and how to conquer them when trading? Fuck, I can try. That's a tough one, man. I think it's just experience, like if you do it enough, and I would say have a good mentor or guide. I always tried to listen to people that are optimists and that look towards solutions. Okay, in any business and an investing period, if you're not looking at the people that try and find the fix, then you're listening to people that you shouldn't be listening to. And not that you can't check your work against them every once in a while, but you really want to make sure that you're listening to positive people that give you answers. And then when they give you answers, you can go, does that make sense? Can I do more research on this? Can I confirm that this is accurate? Are there other people that already have? And you can just do more research and figure it out. But I think you got to be with the builders. You got to be with the people solving problems and that tell you that we can. And there might be times where you're thrown off, right? And you don't get things right. But if you're following the builders, I think you're going to be right like a lot. That's what I've done. I don't know if that counts as the video. Let me know. Maybe I could do more. Main stage news. Hey, Jesse, any chance you'd consider doing... oh, that was you. Sealess. Nevada has tons of lithium, but the South American lithium triangle is maybe much cheaper. Yeah, no, I agree. Matanga, Sealess, you're absolutely on point about Toyota. Here in Colombia, yeah, Toyota's the aspirational brand to have. Yeah, what is that pickup called? What's that pickup? I forget which one it is, but you're right. It's 100% Toyota. It's this little tiny one. It's like specific to Central and South America. It's everywhere. And they might have some in parts of Asia, too. Mr. Monkey, he's my nephew. Sack, Bax, Sealess. In the end, it'll just be jihadists and military using ICE trucks. Won't that be fun? That's probably true. Yeah, just because they won't be tied to anything, and it'll be like the way to have a dumb car. Yeah, I could see that. Joseph Mock, win Lambo soon, like tomorrow probably. John Nigerian, and now cheaper, crazy good deals. I actually think, yeah, I think though, if you're talking about the market, yes, and probably the cars here soon too. Matanga, but recently I'm seeking more and more Chinese cars, especially BYDs. They're going to eat legacy auto. Yeah, dude, they will. I totally agree with that. I don't know. I think BYD sells some shitty cars internally in their own markets that aren't as nice, but they've got like an international standard, I think, on some of the cars that they export. And they're not complete shit. There's much worse options coming out from China. So I think it's a better car. And again, they can price the thing so fucking insanely cheap. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. When you could get the price where somebody couldn't afford a car, but now they can, it's a big deal. You open up a lot of market share. Amit, Jesse, have you sold all your ETH? If so, what did you reallocate to? I'm going to have my portfolio tomorrow, so I'll show you. You'll see it. I have a little bit of ETH, but not much. But I'll show you everything I have for crypto-related stuff. Gary Cornelius, I can't quite see. Sorry, the font is small. Thank you very much for joining. Let me just keep rolling down, and eventually I've got to go back over to some stuff here. Definitely got to look at PayPal, too. I'm actually probably going to take a quick breather here and jump over to that. Thank you to the 328 people that are here. If you could hit the like, it would be great, and then I won't have to say it anymore. I'd like to never have to say it, honestly. It's better for all of us. What was I looking for? Which one was it? You guys tell me. What was I going to do? Bitcoin, CleanSpark, PayPal. Okay, there we go. We got a few others, but this is good. Stock Trader Max. Let me just jump in here. He said PayPal got a new price target from New Street at $100 adjusted from $85 previously. As the stock has proven itself in recent weeks from a technical perspective with this long-awaited breakout, plus the improvement in fundamentals under PayPal's new management team, the stock continues to receive new price target increases. It will be long at all until it won't be long at all until the stock is trading at $100+ a share. I actually agree with that. I agree with that. I think he's right. Crossroads says PayPal CEO Alex Chris had what I believe is the longest interview in his role to date. It's a great watch. I haven't seen this yet. I totally want to watch this. On Venmo monetization, one, ensuring all that money flowing in can be used via multiple means: tap to pay, debit card, pay with Venmo, etc. Their app has actually gotten a lot better, guys. It really has. I should maybe show you what it's like. Well, can't show accounts. I'll figure it out. 2, enhance the unique connection between service-based businesses and Venmo consumers. PayPal could start building services around these solo micro service businesses. It says that's a big opportunity for us and a big monetization going forward. So again, enhance the unique connection between service-based businesses and Venmo customers. So basically all the businesses and the customers. They want to get everything, and they want to get money flowing through their system. I think if they gave some kind of yield on their PYUSD and people knew that they were getting some cash back, something similar to like Robinhood and SoFi and some of these others, I think that would be smart. That would be a beneficial way to get more people to hold money on the app. There's a lot of things that they're doing. I want to watch this video. I'm very excited about this, but I wanted you guys to know about it. Also, I posted just last night or yesterday, I posted PayPal is definitely getting better at advertising. All of these things scream me. So like literally hiking shoes. Yes, I own Merrell's. And then it's got like a shirt I would wear, and it's got a bunch of monitors, and then it's got like some earbuds. This is all stuff I would buy. And it's not just this. There's things like, hey, get 10% off if you use your DoorDash app. They're trying to pull you into the ecosystem, and I think they're doing it in smart ways. And so I think this could be really beneficial for PayPal. Again, between the smart receipts and the advertising and just everything they're doing, I think they're firing on all cylinders right now for the first time in a long time. So I'm excited about it. PayPal, it's a little thing, but Google's wallet popped up with this notification. I've been getting this in a bunch of places too. I think you got comments on this. It says this might have been around for a bit, as I don't check this wallet often, but it took about 3 seconds to confirm my ID, and under a few sections ends to make it the default when I do Google Pay, tap to pay. So basically, it uses PayPal every single time. So they're doing this with like everybody for every reason. They're trying to make it to where it's just an instant thing that works. Again, there's so much going on with this company. I'm really excited about it. Let me see. I'll probably, I think we've went through a lot. Let's go ahead and look at stocks. I don't know what we have for the total list here, but we've been talking a long time. I've been gabbing. So it's 4 o'clock. I think we got a lot done. I know I said a lot. Hopefully it provided some value. Let me see here. Toyota. Nope, not a Toyota stock. All right, let's see. Can you take a look at BT said, can you take a look at SCHD? Yes, I can. Let's see what we have right above it. Prithvi Reddy said, can someone post post how to join the Discord? Oh, yeah, totally, dude. I don't know. Did anybody do that? I'll do it right now. Hop.com/micro to macro. That should work. Just click on that and make sure it takes you somewhere. Oh, thanks for dumping that out, Needs. Yeah, it should look like this. Starter pack will get you basically 90% of the way there. 95, really. I mean, like 99, honestly. If I'm being honest. All right, let me go back up. Where we at? SCHD. Let me look at that one right now. I don't even know if I know what that is. I don't have it. Let's go ahead and make a copy. Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. Oh, okay. So what does this all have in it? Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. So this is just a list of all the dividend companies, or what is this? So this is going to be really consistent. Yeah, it is too. Look at that. So what is our yield per year? Because it's so consistent, we can kind of figure that out. We could do something like this, and we could basically draw this line right down the center, just like that. And then now that we have that, we can use our percentages, and we'll kind of know our median line. And we can see over a year how much we're roughly making. That's probably roughly reflective. That's not a bad return. I might allocate some capital to that in the future. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For children. Yeah, that's not too crazy. And if you're young, I was gonna say if you're young, maybe be ambitious, more ambitious with some of the money for your kids. Because again, if you can build a bigger nest egg sooner, fucking awesome. Because if you're young, you've got time on your side. So like, contribute as long as you know that there's really high probability of asymmetric returns. You should take bets in different directions. That diversification will make you wealthy because if one works, great. If two of them work, you're just fucking awesome. And then three or even more. And it's got a compounding thing. And if my hit rate is probably at least 60, 70%, probably more, honestly. So I don't know a lot of people that made 600% last year and that think that they're going to double their money this year. All right, so, but I like this. This isn't a bad play. I would totally use this. I should probably get it added. I need to go back through these videos, and when they're summarized, I need to go in and probably add all the things that we talk about. I need to add that process because I haven't done that yet. So let me see. Brian Mayer says do VUG or VUG for kids, not... Oh, really? What are the others? All right, you got me curious. Let me try Boog. I love that you guys just talk this shit out together. It's fucking awesome. All right, so Boog. Let's just try Boog. Vanguard, S&P growth. Oh, yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's got a better line. It's steeper. Yep. Yeah, you're right. It does outperform. Yeah, he's 100% right. Do this instead. I'm actually just going to rename this to Boog because I don't care about the other one. Now that I'm seeing this. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. This is a better rate of return. Let me just look over here. I'll run it real quick too. Let me just see. Would have started from like roughly here. Yeah, so 47%. So you're getting a decent multiple, like an extra 50%. This is a good one. I agree. Who said that? That is Brian. Thanks, Brian. Shale, thoughts on C3 AI when you get a chance? I think it's shit. I just think it's a shitty company. But I can show you how much I think it's a shitty company. So give me a second. And I'm sorry for shitting on your yum. Yucking on your yum. Is that what they say? I don't know. And maybe it's gotten better. Let's see. Revenue growth, 21% year over year. That doesn't look bad. Net income. Okay. So revenue is $87 million for last quarter, Q2. But they lost 63. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money they're losing. And they do have cash. They can survive for a while. They've got like $750 million, a little more than that, 760. So they got some money for a little bit, but I don't know. I don't love it. I think this is a play, and I don't know. Again, if they do this, if this actually happens, if their EPS all of a sudden gets really close to profitable, then I'm interested. Because the growth rate for this estimate looks good. So if they can actually do what they say they're going to do, that's the important part. But you do see some buying back, so that's good for Q3 of 2024. I haven't looked at this in a while. Short interest is fucking ridiculous. So you could have a pop on this thing just because it's like 26% short interest. You can see institutional ownership rising. So there's a few things working on their side. Not great, but not horrible. Again, it's the expenses that are fucking nuts. This is the stupid thing right here. You can't have this. Not for long. Because then you're just going to end up diluting shareholders. You have to. Let me look over here. What's stock-based comp? 62% of revenue. Of course it is. And then share dilution. Like, that's a pretty big cliff right there. So I don't like companies like this where you're just losing money. If they start to do what they say they're going to do with that EPS, if for some reason they actually can cut this down where they're limiting their losses, that would be a good start to a better valuation. Silas said, with Tesla's automation and efficiency, they would make them on every continent. BYD cannot do that. Chile would be most safe in South America. Yeah, that's probably true. Chile would be great. Chile would be great because you literally have the lithium mining facility sitting in Argentina, or again, you could have them in both places, and then you can ship out of Chile to the west in the Pacific, or you can ship out of Argentina into the Atlantic. It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah, dude. They'll both work together. They're right next to each other. They go all the fucking way up and down. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Nice. The Hilux. The Hilux. That's the one I'm thinking of. Thanks, Gary. Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of. That's it. Yeah, that Toyota is probably like the nice end, right? The Hilux is the cheap one. Yeah, that's right. C-list. That keeps the political rage against Elon Musk at bay. I don't know the context. The BYD thing? Gotta keep up. I gotta keep up. Lots of clean spark FUD on X. How is it not spiking at least somewhat when BTC goes near 100K in the months? Oh, it will. It'll totally go up. We're going to make like 240% or 250% to the upside. My voice is getting raw. I might have to take a breather. Maybe I won't do that political one tonight. But it will go up. Right now, it kind of looks ugly. To the naive eye, you could think this is really bearish, and it's like a bear flag, and it's getting ready to go down. But if you look, it's actually sitting pretty good on the volume shelf here, and it's a decent size. And if we back up, there's probably even more. So yeah, a little bit. Let's just go to the monthly here. Let's do a bigger view, and then do this. There we go. So as you can see here, there's a decent volume shelf underneath of us, and we're finding support on it. That's the way to read this. And right now, it's down 62% from its high. That's a beautiful number. For anybody who is looking to partake, I'll probably try and buy some tomorrow. If Tesla goes up tomorrow, I'm definitely getting clean spark if it's down for any reason or even close to where it is right now. That's the plan for tomorrow. Again, I think it can go between 90 and 257% by the beginning of this next year. So like by the end of January, let's say. 257% upside potential. So if I've got calls that can give me 2x that sounds fucking awesome. So I'm going to buy those. And again, I don't have all my money in there. I've got tons of money in that aren't in options. This is just a part of it. All right, let me see here. See what else we got. I feel like I haven't gotten too far down the list. I got to get better. I got to do one of these where I just do a bunch. G-Soul. Jesse, take a look at G-Soul Trust. Does G-Soul... What the fuck was that? Do we know what the NAV is for G-Soul? I'm asking AI here. As of June 17th, 2024, the net asset value for Grayscale Solana Trust was 54. The market price per share was 377. So this fund is worth $54 a share, but it's currently priced at 377. So the only advice I have for you, Haywood, is stay the fuck away from that. All of you guys, do not buy that fucking fund at all, for any reason, because they don't have the assets in there, and you won't make your money back, even if it goes up, and it's going to make you cry. So don't fucking own G-Soul. How's that for advice? Not financial advice, just me trying to save you tons of fucking money. So don't own that. Please to God, no. None of you. If you own it, fucking get rid of it. I'm serious. Not kidding. All right. Yeah. So this is just, at any point, this could just be devastated and probably try and find support at 95. And then it would probably be closer to fair value. So I wouldn't do this at all. Let's look here. Yeah, it would be closer to fair value at a 77% drop from where it is right now. Then you could own it. but I would do something else. I would have a different plan. All right. What time is it? 4:10. All right. SEZL. Chris DeSantis FUD about Clean Spark on X. What? Yeah, I don't know what they're all fudding about right now. But how is Clean Spark right now? Has it gotten any better? Have the miners gotten better? I didn't even look at them. Down 7.8%. Getting a little bounce at night. 0.86% upside. Now what we could do is go down to the miner list and then hit this button and see how they did today. That's probably a good idea every day. So CleanSpark got hit the most, but Hut also got fucked up pretty good. Bitfarms got fucked up pretty good. Mara got fucked up pretty good. Cypher got fucked up. Really, they all took a hit. A lot of them. It was pretty broad-based. So there's a few percentage difference between it, but it was really just a hit on miners in their entirety. So that's cool. I don't love Rocket Lab. I don't love Rocket Lab either. Let me see here real quick. How many do we have? Oh, we don't have too many. That's good. Because I'm fucking tired, honestly. I'm tired, I think. I want to chill. I didn't get a lot of sleep anyway. But hopefully, guys, you've enjoyed this segment of the market recap. I know we're an hour and whatever minutes, 15 minutes into it, but I think I'm probably going to cut it here for now. I do feel like we were pretty efficient with our time and covered a lot, though, which is good. I'm going to try and see if I can get this under an hour and still be really responsive. And then if I need to do stock tickers on top of that, hopefully I can refine the sessions to where I get tons of information. Like what I did on this one, I summarized the beginning of it on like 11 different points that I wanted you guys to know. So I'll probably do a lot of that and then run through things quicker and see if I can get the flow better. And again, we're going to try this week after getting the portfolio stuff updated. We're going to try and get it to where we start using the editing tools to see if we can summarize and get chapters and maybe separate out some videos and get it to where there's, smaller bites of content for you guys that don't have as much time and want to focus on a few different things. So at least the chapters, at the very least, along with maybe smaller videos, that will be more consumable for you. So that's what we're working on now. I do appreciate you guys very much. John says, always entertaining and informative. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Silas, last week you were very busy. Yeah, I've been pretty busy. 94 clips. I hit the like button. If you haven't, you should. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to say again that we need to buy the dip. But honestly, it's just one of those days where I'm just going to probably play every one of these fucking videos. So, love you guys. Definitely buy some dip tomorrow, especially if you do good on PayPal. And if you're already in the money on PayPal and doing good on it, the multiple's nice. Nibble off a little bit if you can on PayPal and Tesla, and then buy some of that Bitcoin-related stuff tomorrow. I think that's going to be the big play. So, it should be fun. Appreciate you guys. Love you. You have a great rest of your day. I need to find my buttons before I get too far down my list. And you take it easy. Bye. Nope.
With time.
There we go.
Optimus, the robotic humanoid under development by Elon Musk's Tesla Inc., is sparking concerns around job security.
This is not financial advice, silly.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Turned up to work and went to start my day. Was barely late, like 9:08. So took my coffee break. Then I got hungry, so I just stopped by the free buffet. But then to my dismay, I heard somebody say, "Attention, humans, you have lost. You have not met your quota. Pack your belongings in a box. Now it's over." Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. But I'm in management. I work hard every day. I need these benefits, health and 401k. How could they do this shit though? Where will I trade my crypto? I had a second monitor for Twitter. Where will it go? Somebody please stop the bus. I mean, not the fuss, but there's lots of us. And now you say you won't pay me to play ping pong because Optimus. I mean, who employs a damn humanoid? Some new droid for you to exploit, deploy to destroy your human droid. No lunch breaks, great, get a few deployed. Your time is up, human inferior to me. I'll take it from here, get relieved of your duty. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got.
It's okay, human, please don't cry. You can always go and become a Twitter thread guy. Make pretty pictures with Midjourney on your new PC. Or make some YouTube videos about ChatGPT. Sucker.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got.
I mean, I didn't even write these songs. I just used ChatGPT because it's way easier. Holy shit. We are so doomed. Robot just stole my job. Robot just stole my job.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto.
Last year, cryptocurrency funded every kind of dangerous criminal.
But I would not touch crypto in a million years.
Bitcoin is going to zero.
If I was the government, I'd close it down.
People are losing money in scams and huckster flim-flam artists.
These people who own these things should not own your money in any of those. I do think you're an idiot, okay?
It's over.
Go fuck yourself. Yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Is that clear?
What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay? Right, like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as...
Forever, Laura. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. 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 Okay?